Hi, I'm Trevor Anderson. I'm an attorney here at Callagy Law. And my range of clients that I work with can be anything from, you know, uh, business provider, or excuse me, a business entrepreneur, a medical provider, could be a business that's been in business for generations, right? But the key thing here is a lot of them, or almost every single one of them, has some sort of formal entity structure, right? The most common one of these is the LLC. It's something all of you are probably familiar with, or at least have heard about. And I wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you about a really large issue that a lot of my clients and that you are probably facing is that the state has a set of laws that dictates how LLCs operate, right? They're pretty broad, they're pretty general, but they're what you have to sort of go by, right? The only exception is if you are able to form an LLC creating the right documents, you can actually contract away from those default rules, right? So I'm going to give you a couple of examples of some problems that have encountered or have occurred in my clients when they do not use the right formation procedure in forming their LLC. So the biggest problem that they encounter is that they have no way of really knowing who's a member of the LLC. It sounds crazy, I know, but the reality is that in your early stages, when you're trying to bring on business partners, bring on other members, bring in people with money to help you sort of move along, you usually end up giving some ownership, right? And if you do not have an operating agreement in place, you have to go by the default rules, the statute. And basically what that means is anytime you want to make a business decision, right, under the default rules, you need the approval of every single one of your members. And if you didn't have the right paperwork in place, contracts, or you didn't follow the right procedures under the default rule, it can be really challenging to know who is a member and who is not. One of my clients, has a successful business. It's growing very quickly. To get it to that point, he's brought in some investors who have brought in capital, and a lot of them were handshake deals. Now he has an opportunity to sort of exit the business, and the buyers, they want to know who the members are, and legally it's very, very gray. It can cause buyers to walk away from a deal, which is the last thing that you want, right? So understanding who the right members are is one of the main problems that we face. The second one, which I already sort of touched on, is having an operating agreement in place. A lot of people think that, hey, I'm forming an LLC that's sort of like a corporation, so we can probably just run it that way. That's not the case. People treat membership interests the way that they treat shares of a corporation, and frankly, that's just wrong. You can't sell shares however you please. You can't make decisions that would impact the business however you please. You actually need all of the members to agree on those actions unless you have an operating agreement in place. That operating agreement can empower whoever you want to make the decisions. If you are the founder and you want to say, make the call when someone gets shares or when a new investor comes in, your operating agreement can allow you to do that. Without one, you need every single person to sign off. So that's the second common pitfall that I see. The third pitfall that I see is that the new business doesn't have anything in place to delineate responsibilities, right? The operating agreement can certainly do that, but sometimes you need additional contracts like member agreements, director agreements, right? That stipulates, hey, you brought in the money, but I'm going to do 70% of the operations, or I'm going to take the books, or I'm going to be in charge of marketing, anything like that. And that's how my interests are, or my membership interests are allocated. You really need something in place that states that, because when disputes arise, you want to be able to point at the contract rather than having to fight in court over that. So if these are some of the challenges that your business is facing, give me a call. We have a lot of experience sort of working with businesses to navigate some of these concerns, or in helping them to avoid them altogether. So again, my name is Trevor Anderson. You can reach me at 201-216-1700, and I look forward to speaking with you.